Hello everybody, this is part 3 of modeling the sickbay reactor, and I've gone ahead and I've just added some decals here, or images, whatever, and a black material that I want to use here. Alright, if you just want to have a quick look at this. Okay, I've just got my decals here, and all I've done is I brought in an image with the texture coordinate and mapping node and onto a principled BSDF. Nothing special at all. I've just reduced the roughness so it's sort of nice and shiny. I've only got them on the front two here because the back ones just really aren't going to be seen at all. I've gotten rid of the mirror on here. I applied the mirror so I could put different decals on there, and my shot is going to be from there, so I'm just not going to bother because it was a bit of a hassle to put those on. All right, but we're going to go ahead and continue the modeling here. There's a couple of things that I want to do and get to close to finishing this up soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab an edge here, Shift D, and bring it up here, P to break it out. So I got that there. Okay, I'm going to scale this a bit bigger, and I'm going to extrude up in the Z, and I make like a little glass dish that those crystals will sit in. Okay, so I think the way I'll do this is I'm just going to come in like that, and I'm going to grid fill this. Why am I there? And I'll use solidify to give it just a bit of thickness. I think that's going to be okay. And yeah. So this is going to come down and sit. Maybe I can make it smaller scale, Shift Z. It's going to fit on top of there to hold that. That way we don't have to look at the base of those. And this is going to be made of glass. And so, maybe I can I'm going to be joining all these together. Let's do that right now, because we'll be bringing this into the compositor and giving it a bit of a glare effect. So I'm going to Control J those. And did I miss any? Hopefully I got them all. Okay, so let's come over here and let's get rid of that, create a new material. I'm going to call this glass, and we'll go with the shader. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use this, where is it here, sickbay reactor glass, mix, transparent glossy. Mix. I don't want both of them. There we go. Mix, a transparent and a glossy. And a glossy. Yeah, and of course a glass. I'm gonna come in there. I think. Okay. Yeah, I want that glossy to be sharp there. Right there. make that sharp. And we'll take one more of these. And we'll do an input layer weight. I think we're using facing. Could be wrong. Maybe it's for now. Yeah, for now, 0.5. Okay. Now, I might want to change some of these values. I got 1.5 there. So I'll do that. There is one thing that I do want to do in addition to this, so that you don't see the base. I think I want to bring this lip up. Let's just hide that right here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to scale Shift Z, just like that. And in face selection, I can get all these guys. I want to extrude this up a bit so we don't see the base of those, and then the glass will go on the inside. Maybe I'll take this edge here. Just pull that up to sharpen it. May need another one on this side. And maybe, oops, might even throw one down here. So that will be there, and then the glass, sorry about that, would fit on the inside. So let's make sure scale Shift Z that it fits on the inside. There. That way you don't see the bottom of the crystals. So I can bring them up a bit like that. Hopefully that looks okay. Okay, so I wanted to do that. Next thing I thought I would do is I want a little sort of region in there. Region is a horrible word. Like a box-like thing, okay, with glass, and there'd be more crystals in there, and a switch, all right, because I want to use that glowing switch thing. And that's very close to the end of the modeling. We'll throw a light in front, and then we'll do the compositor stuff. So I'm just going to come in here. These are separate panels. I don't know if I had them separate in the past video. I just applied the array. So I've got this, so I can just work on this one, just as I did over here. I'm going to cut, but I'm going to have to push through the wall as well. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm just going to look in the front, and I'm going to throw in a couple of edge loops like this, and scale in the Y, and I want to get the approximate width that I want, you know, for this box-like thing. And I'm going to put an edge loop right here, just like I did before, and right there. And go into face selection, and I'm just going to grab all of those and imagine I got a little region in there. Now I'm just wondering if I want to have this edge here down a little bit, you know, maybe this edge up a little so it's not all perfectly balanced. Yeah, and I'll put it there. Let's delete those faces, just like we did before. All right, but this time I don't know that I'm not going to round them or anything or extrude them back, because you'll see what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to select this, and it's roughly the shape of a box. I'm going to use to push through the wall, to boolean through the wall. So I'm going to take this Shift D, pull it out, break it out into its own little object, and let's isolate that. Shift H. Let's go in and select it in one. So it's got all these extra vertices. I'm just going to grab them and delete them, and then take these two and join them, just so I have a box pre-made, so I have to bring another cube in. Okay, I have to make a face, E to extrude it. That's basically what I'm going to be using. Now I'm going to be using this also probably to create the actual container. So let's go back here. Okay, so this is what I want. And what I'm going to do is I just want to push through that wall. So in order to do that, I need to apply the solidify that's on this wall. All right, you see I got to solidify. So I'm just going to do that and the edge split. Done. So now it's time to break through. So with that wall selected, I'm going to add a Boolean difference. And with the eyedropper, I'm going to select that. I'm going to hit apply. And over here, where am I? There it is. Okay, so I've got a hole. And what now? That's going to mess up the shading on the back. I don't care, but if I really cared, I could just select the faces that are all weird. I'm just going to hit E to extrude. Extra polys though, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, now this guy, right? So let's push you out and let's just focus on you. So I want that to be my box, but I want it kind of rounded and nice. So what I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I might actually get rid of all of that for now. Let's see here. I think I'll round them right now. Like this. That's going to give me end gone, and maybe I will join them. Join them. Join them. J. J and J. J like that. And then I'll take the outer edge here. And I'm going to hit E and S, scale it out a bit. And just make it a bit more even. And extrude that back. I'm going to come back in here. Let's see. Now what we'll do is we will paint select all this front stuff. And let's extrude this back as well. Like this. One more thing. The more I think about it, I'll take this. We'll bring it here. Yeah, okay. And then we'll grab these E and Alt S. What did I hit? Let's do that again. E and Alt S. So we'll come out. Let's go into just a little box that's going to fit in there. This part's going to be pushed against the wall, you'll see. Let's have a look at this. Just like that. The only thing is, I may want this a bit more flush against the wall. this. It's a bit thinner. That's the kind of thing I was thinking of. And just to straighten it out along the bottom edge. Okay, so that's going to be in there. And then what would happen was the crystals would be in there as well. I'm just thinking I'll put more here. Might as well. The more the merrier. Okay, nice and crisp. Okay, we'll take these crystals, Shift D, and bring them in. Now I know they're the exact same. You could make new ones if you were modeling something like this. I'll make them a bit smaller. I should have taken that glass tray as well, or some. I don't know. Not sure about that part. So that would be there. Let's see. Well, what if I just rotated them? How bad would that look? Come in here and let's take an edge that goes all the way around. There you go. Shift D and P to break it out. We'll make the glass. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to take off the subdivision surface and let's have a look at this. I don't care that much. I'm just going to hit F to make a face. I bring it in. And without the sub, it should be okay. Let's put the glass material on there. So if we just had a look, let's say, here, they would sit in there. Okay, but we'll do a little bit more. Let's hide that. I might put a tray in there. I don't want too much glass. Let's focus on that. Select it, Shift S, cursor to selected. I want to make a little light there. The more I think about it, the more I think I just want to grab a ring here. I just don't want to remake stuff if I don't have to too much. So I'm going to bring this across. Now that I did that, it didn't matter that I used mine. Although my 3D cursor being in the center allows me to center things up a little bit. I'll bring that down. And what have I got on here? I don't want the solidify on there. Oh, did I take it off something else? Yeah, I may have taken it off of that. Let's backtrack a bit before I do anything crazy. Let's take these. P to break it out before I do anything crazy. And that one, I'll take the solidify off. And get one. Not that. Oh yeah. I've ended up wasting time here. There we go. I just want to do a couple of lights. I'll do the same thing. And I'm going to grid fill this. I try to use like 3. I don't know that you're going to see these, but in case, I'll just do this. I do want solidify on that, actually. That's fine. I'll do one subdivision. I'll just leave it like this, and then what I'll do is I think I'll apply the solidify, and on these faces here, sorry, I know I'm working very dark right now in that block, but on those faces I want an emission. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I'm going to make a new, and I'm going to call this tiny light emission. I'll go for emission, and I'll go for like 3 for now. I'll hit assign. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just stick them. I was going to put a stock on them. Oh, you're not quite in, are you? They're not really pretty, but you might not even really see them at all. And I was thinking of just doing 3 of these, if they'll fit. And again, it becomes a lot of polys. All right, let's have a look here. I think we need to up. Let's see. Okay, don't have any solidify on there right now. So that glass, we'll see. I'm going to come from camera view and grab that and do a little quick test render on that region, and we'll see. It's not very bright. I see a little bit of the brightness there, so I'm going to bump that up. I'll come out of camera view for a second and then back in, and I'll keep that. Let's get back in here. Okay, come on, guys. Let's go to 15. We're going to try that, and I'll leave it at that, and then we'll come back and see how it looks. I may go down to 2 lights at that amount. It's a little hard to tell that there's even glass, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the glass and use that glass, and there's a solidify on there, and there was no solidify because I got rid of that, so I will do that. And what did I use here? 0.01. I left it at that, eh? I don't think I'm going to do that. Well, no, I will. So we'll do the same thing here for now. Let's have a look at this. There. Get a little bit of that. Okay. Let's Control Shift. What did I do? Control Alt B to get rid of that. Get out of camera view. Hide that. And I'm actually going to get rid of that light. Just going to pull these in a bit. And here, I'm going to go back to 15. That's going to be just fine. Okay, there's another thing that I want to do here. I want to do a little switch. And I'm going to do it, I think, as this as like a separate little piece. Is there any chance I want to use any of this? Or do I like it or do I not like it? It's pretty ugly. A lot of polys and all that. Let's not do that. Let's just make something new. It's really something very simple. And then we're close to the end of the modeling that I wanted to do. And where to put it? Maybe here? On that side? I'm going to round these corners by selecting them. Control B. This is going to give me N-gon on the front and the back. The back is going to disappear. The front, sorry, you are there as an N-gon. It's not going to be a problem with what I'm doing. I'm going to bevel that as well. And then I'm going to take you. And I'm going to, let's try inset, and it'll cross over at that point. So instead I'm going to hit E and S and do that kind of thing. Actually quite a bit smaller. Okay, we could have a regular, relatively big switch just to showcase the idea. I'm going to scale it in here. And I'll bevel here. Like this. Yeah, so it won't shade smooth very well, but I'll try it. Let's see. That's going to be all right for what I want to do. Maybe even a bit too wide. More of a switch thing like that. This is going to be black as well. A lot of black here. A bit hard to tell. The base black. Okay, and then on there I'm going to, and I think I'll do that just for the shading. This will be a little bit better. I might even, let's see, is there anything else I want to do? Do I want one more? No, I don't need one more. Actually, if you're looking at this going darn well, don't need one more. I'm going to take this piece, Shift D, and pull it out. And I'm going to use this to make, yeah, my switch. I'll do that, and I'll get rid of that back face. And I'll take this and I'll round it. Just like that. I want to break this piece out. Control L, P. It's a bit too thick. That would just fit in there. The whole thing may need to be narrower, we'll see. But that would fit in there. Okay, and what I would do is, I want to make this a different color. Hang on. Like we need to scale this in the Z a bit. Okay, this is, I can get rid of the base black on that. I'm going to have a new material. I'm going to call this button out. That's going to be the outside of it, and it's going to be translucent. So I'll just do it over here. Translucent, not transparent. Make it green. All right. That looks pretty crazy. And then I'm going to go Shift D and scale it smaller. Just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to make it button in. All right. And this is going to actually be an emission, white. Let's go for 3, just to showcase this. Make sure this is down inside. Now let's have a look at this. Okay, so you get that glow on the inside. This could be maybe 2. Let's kind of step back a bit and have a look at this. I don't know what to think of that. It's just my little push button to open the glass or whatever. I could do another one. You could do a red one. But I think you get the idea. And I could, if I wanted to look inside, I could change this to wire and just have a look at this piece here on the side. You know? Yeah, anyways, that's good enough. And then this is an awfully big button. Might even move this out ever so slightly like that. And we'll have a look at just one more time. Actually, I'll do it from a slightly different angle. Okay. So that's where we are at so far. And you know, I better stop modeling one of these days, or else I'll never get done this thing. So yeah, all right. Let's bump that to 60. I have a feeling I won't be using that piece, and I'm just going to leave this open. Okay, what I do think actually I want to do though is I'm going to take this, bring it down, rotate this in the Y. Let's just see what that's like. Throwing a bit more light down there. Just to have it there. All right. Okay, now I want to do the glare on this, so I'm going to take a quick break. I just did a quick render so we could see where we were at so far with this. I might make this glass a little thicker. We'll see. We're going to composite this. I just wanted to say really quickly that while I don't think I'm very good at making the sci-fi scenes, I do like them quite a bit. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I don't see a lot of real-time sci-fi sort of tutorials where people walk through all of the modeling. I see a lot of time lapses, a lot of them with loud music. And I find it frustrating because I really would like somebody to do sci-fi scenes and walk through them slowly, the ones that you don't have to pay for. And that's why I'm doing this. You know, I feel like I got a little bit of a role to play. Some of you guys that are watching this have been regulars, and I really appreciate you guys coming back and checking out my attempt at modeling. And there's some new people, and I'm glad to have you guys too. So that's why I'm doing this with my mediocre modeling skills, to try and do something all the way through. And I know the videos end up being very long, because they're biggish projects. They're not just one quick effect, which is very cool. Like how to do the crystals, you can find lots of those. So yeah. On another point, I'm just thinking, if you want to add more details, obviously, you could have bolts and wires and stuff, and you could have spots and stuff. But, we'd be here forever. Okay? So this is what we're going to do right now. I'm going to go for this effect. Okay? It's a little bit fake, but I think it looks really nice. Okay? So we're going to jump into the Compositor. I'm going to have to refer back to this because I don't use the Compositor that much. So. All right, what I want to do though is I want to select those. They are all as a group. All right, and let me see what I got to do here. I got to come to my layers, and where's my passes? Okay, I'm going to come over here. Let's pull this out. Oh, you can't really see this, so I'll pull that back in. Okay, this is material index. There you go. I click that. There we go. Well, on the surface for that material, I'm going to change this to pass 1. Let's jump into the Compositor, use nodes, and I have this. Okay. I can see my image here. So I'm going to Shift A, search, ID, mask. There it is. Good. Drop that down there. There. I'm going to just copy that over here. Shift S. I'm going to need a color mix. Image there. An alpha to the FAC. So far so good. We could just add a viewer. Where's an output viewer? Bring that over here. And I can just copy this over here. And we're going to switch this to filter glare. Make sure that you've got a recent render in there, and you can see already that I'm starting to get a little bit of that. I can use my scroll wheel to zoom in and out of the nodes, and you press the V and Alt V to zoom. Okay, so let's just see what values I used here. I used streak 6, threshold of 1.3, 3 iterations. Streaks, go for 6 then, we'll try that. Give it a minute to catch up. You get that. Okay, and then you mess with the threshold. Let's have a look at, if I go down to say 0.8. I'll give it a second to catch up. Okay, just like that. If I go up to 2, just like that. All right, so I'm going to go for like 1.2, 1.3. All right, something like that. You can stack nodes. I could have a fog in there if I wanted to, but that's kind of the effect that I'm going for. Maybe that's a bit much, so I'll go for 1.3 again. And very nice. That's in there now. And I don't think there's anything else I've got to do. Just make sure you've got your index set to 1. That was what we did before for that before. And all this other stuff can pretty much stay the same. Okay, and that on black. All right, I'll come back to here. I can close that out. So, yeah, I think I'm ready for the final render. Let's go back to the modeling there. That thing doesn't really serve any purpose. This area is a little bit empty, admittedly. I was thinking about putting the light in here, but I'm now thinking I might not. So I'm going to just go GZ. I'm just going to move it out. It's there if I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and render this at, I'll go 300. And this is, I'll do this at 100%. I'm in cycle, so I got denoising on. Yeah, and we'll think about the glass, if there's something I want to do with that, or if I want to just leave it alone. All right, these crystals are sitting there like they're growing there, but maybe it's all right for now. Here's my rendered image. Okay, so that's the effect that I got. And I get this weird look here, but that's cool. One thing to note while this thing is rendering, if you're watching it rendering and you're going, where's my compositing effects? They get added at the end. Okay, so just, you know, if you see this glowing and you're going, oh, it doesn't look like it's working, just wait till it fully renders and then it'll do the compositing. All right, so like I say, there's lots more that we could do with this, but we'll wrap it up there. The concept definitely changed along the way, but I still am happy to have done this and gotten to this point. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.